Alright, well, I guess this is my very first product demo of any product I've ever actually made, so I'll go ahead and give it a shot. This is I've named it the Prism Bouldering Bucket. The one on the right here is the original prototype. It's got, just by the design, it's 10 by 10 by about 4.5 inches. It's a drawstring. This is just a finished product, but this one doesn't have the backing like this one does. This is going to be the final product. Alright, so I'll go over some of the features here. The design actually came from just by experimenting with other bouldering buckets, chalk bags, and things like that, I was never really satisfied with some of the other products that are out there. So I took it upon myself, like most people do, to make my own, because necessity is the mother of invention, is what they say. So the design process actually took quite a bit of time. It took almost 6 months off and on. Life gets in the way, so we get to get to work on designs and work in different materials, different components to try to experiment to make the finished product. And this is what we came up with. All right. Uses, of course, are going to be for bouldering, for when people are rock climbing, or gymnasts, or anybody who uses chalk for drying their hands and such. And the practicality of this is pretty obvious. Because of the design, the way it's centered, because it's got that trapezoid type design, it's going to be less likely to, like if you're on a slight incline, the chalk bag's not going to want to tip over or slide down the rock or whatever. So it's going to be a much more stable platform than some of the taller bags that you see out there. Some of the features, well, I just went over the design of the base and how much wider it is compared to the bucket portion. But some of the other features are each of these corners is a pocket big enough for brushes, not quite big enough for tape yet. I may toy with that little feature there. But as you can see, I took sport tape and lashed it around. Just did a little girth hitch there with the drawstring, and that's perfectly fine. That's probably the way it's going to have to go. But these pockets are big enough for hand warmers or whatever, because it is wintertime, and wintertime's kind of prime bouldering season. So these pockets here, they're actually doubles. So you have a pocket here and the secondary pocket here. So you can put whatever items you want in there. Primarily made for bouldering brushes and whatnot. All right, and the size of the reservoir is, as you can see, it's quite enormous. It's very, very nice, because I got gigantic hands. I wear extra large gloves, or larger, depends on the brand of gloves. So and here's a partially used bison chalk brick, and as you can see, it's like it fits well into the bag. Sorry, Danger, I just christened your bowling bucket. So I'll just use my prototype. This is the prototype here for demonstration. But it's very, very big. It's got a nice big reservoir, so you're not too cramped up in there whenever you're doing reaching in there and trying to dry your hands off. Or you can stick extra hand warmers in there or whatnot. I am looking to make a few modifications. One, probably use a rubberized bottom, to where if you are in a steep incline, like 45 degrees ish, this would be very stable. It probably shouldn't slide, but if you're concerned about your bouldering bucket sliding down a rock face or something like that, I can probably rubberize the bottoms to make them stick very well, and use different materials. And I wanted to go with entire fleece because I don't know, it cuts down on expenses instead of using complete nylon like most chalk bags you see for rock climbing. They'll have like a nylon top, and then it'll go with fleece in the bottom. But so I just kept it simple and used an entire fleece reservoir. And any other customizations I can make if people want to take orders. Well, I'll take. I mean, when they ask for orders or whatever, I'll take them, and I'll take everything in consideration. So, all right, and that's the that is my first product. This is the Prism chalk bag by James Dolph, and I hope you guys have a good day.